welcome to the Paper Snob. Today I'm going to be working on two different hops that I'm combining into this one video. The first hop I'm working on is Woodgrain in Winter. That's a hop put on by Gunn and Janet Fritz. I will have the playlist for that hop and their information down below. The second hop is the final hop for Tool Time Tuesday for 2023. Our tool for the month of December is a tearing ruler or any kind of ruler. And I have this tearing ruler. I want to say that I probably bought this from close to my heart, maybe. Not positive. I've had it for a long time. And I use it off and on, just kind of depending on my mood. So for Woodgrain in Winter, I have pulled out some wood veneer pieces. And some of these pieces have come from my advent calendar that I purchased from some Assemblage Required. That is MK Gunn's storefront. I will have that linked below as well. The stamp came from one day last week, and I believe this was Sunday's item. And this was either Friday or Saturday's, I think. And the flare buttons also came in one of my advent calendar baggies. The rest of what I have here is from Freckled Fawn. Some alphas, some washi tape strips. This is a piece of patterned paper, and this is, of course, some Traveler's Notebook paper. Before they had 12 by 12 kits, they had Traveler's Notebook kits, and that is what I would subscribe to because I really love their embellishments. But I also really love paper, and their paper is nice and thick and sturdy. Of course, now their kits are 12 by 12, and they're very awesome. So if you're looking for a kit to subscribe to, they would make a very good addition to your stash. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. I've already trimmed down my cardstock, but I want to go ahead and get my inking and stamping done on here. And I'm going to put my camera on fast forward, and we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stamp. Now, my very first problem of the day is I don't have a stamp block quite big enough. It's either not wide enough or not long enough to hold the full stamp, but I'm just going to make it work. And I have a stamp block on order that I think will work because I need it for another stamp, or actually several other stamps in my stash. And I think I'm getting a 12 by 12 Misty for Christmas too. At least it was on my wish list. And if I do, then I'll be able to use that anywhere I want on my 12 by 12 background paper. Way cool. Let's hope Santa's nice this year. I am using this lovely Tim Holtz splatter stencil to get some stenciling on here. Now I am using the exact same color of ink, but because I'm not stamping with it, it looks much, much lighter. And I really, really like that so much. And I'm going to just kind of put the stenciling on this background in 4 different places. And it's going to just kind of surround my pattern paper photos and embellishments just to give the background some interest for you to look at, or for me to look at, since I'm the one that's going to look at it, right? Anyway, I adore this stencil so stinking much. And I'm glad that I found it when I did and was able to get a hold of it and get it into my stash. So I don't even know how old the stencil is. I mean, I just bought it, but I don't know how long it's been out on the market so that you could find it yourself. I bought it on officesupply.com. They have quite a bit of scrapbooking stuff, much to my surprise, and I adore getting some of the stuff that I love to play with for cheap over there, like the Tim Holtz stamps. $49 in Market. They have lovely $49 in Market. Anyway, I digress, and I'm enabling you, so, there's that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the espresso ink to this. I think it's wood veneer, or maybe it's just chipboard. I'm not sure, but I'm going to add some of the espresso ink to it first. And then I'm going to run across the room real fast, and I'm going to grab a Pink Fresh Studio ink in olive, and I'm going to use that as well on top of it just to give some color to this gorgeous little title piece that came in my advent calendar that I purchased from Some Assemblage Required. And if you want to see what's in my advent calendar, I have been putting out a video every day on my Instagram account of me opening it. You get to hear my voice and me rattling the paper, but it's there. Anyway, so for Tool Time Tuesday, what we're supposed to be using is a ruler. They mentioned specifically a tearing ruler, and so that is what I have here. And I'm going to take this Traveler's Notebook size paper, and I am going to tear it, each piece, into 3 pieces, and then I'm going to layer it up on my background, kind of creating a photo mat on my background so that I have a place of interest and a little bit of color. There's some green and some orangey red in there, as well as some yellow and mint on this paper because I'm going to use both sides. I'm going to kind of alternate the sides. You'll see that here in a second. This piece of pattern paper didn't come from the same collection that those Traveler's Notebook pattern papers came from, but it is also a Freckled Fawn pattern paper. It is the 6x8 kit, and again, it is gorgeous. I love these long labels that are on this pattern paper, and you know me, I love to journal on labels, so this works perfect to be able to tell the story with these photos. That is what it's all about, people. We need to tell our stories and get our memories down into our albums. And so journaling is one of those ways that you can do that. So I am adding a little bit of color with the leftover ink on my brush, on the corners, and kind of around some of the edges. It is very subtle. Can't really see it on camera. You can see it in person, however. So first things first, I'm going to start with the plaid side. And now I'm going to use the other pattern side. And then, like I said, I'm just going to kind of stack these up all the way to the top and use them as a sort of photo mat and an anchoring point for photos and embellishments. I do love this torn layered look. I should do this more often. I always love how it looks on my pages as well as other people's pages. It's so much fun. And I don't know if, did you see it? I put the glue on the wrong side. I think this is the second video in a row I've made a goofy mistake like that. And so I'm like, So I get out my little handy dandy adhesive eraser and I'm able to take it all off that side. It's not a big deal at all in the end. It's just a little bit annoying, but you know, that's why we have tools like adhesive removers available in our stash so that we can fix silly little mistakes like this. So I do love the visual interest that paper and the tearing gives. I have already trimmed down my 2 photos. The bigger one of the 2 is 4x5. The smaller one is just 4x4. Those are some more of those oddly shaped and very thin photos from Groove Book. I'm very close to using, I think, all of them for 2015. There's quite a few for my 2016 albums, but during 2016, I got better about moving my iPhone photos to my computer so that I could reprint some of them. So that I'm hoping there's not as many memories that I don't have digital copies of on my computer already. So again, this is a layout for Woodgrain in winter, and so I am adding my wood veneer on here in the form of 3 arrows. I think my title piece is wood, but it may be a hard chipboard instead, and it doesn't matter. I've got wood veneer on here. The gears are actually buttons that I purchased from Walmart. All right, I finished this layout. It was a pretty quick layout for me. I used everything that I pulled out except for the tiny letters and the washi strips. I will admit that washi strips aren't my favorite. I need to try to make myself use them and get them out of my stash though, so it is why I pulled them out. Anyway, also, I did not use this piece since I chose to use this piece instead. You saw that I inked it, added stenciling and stamping to my background, put a little bit of green ink around the edge of my craft paper, and just glued everything down. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. Make sure that you check that description box below. Like I said, there is a playlist for wood grain in winter. I used wood veneer as my wood grain item for this layout. And for Tool Time Tuesday, there is a full list of the participants who play along in this hop. And the way this hop works is we have a different set of creators releasing a video each week. I am in week 3, the third Tuesday of the month, so there will be players who put out new videos this week, but you will also have access to all of the videos in that link list below for the rest of the month. For week 4, those will not come out until next Tuesday. So if you want to check out my description box again at that time and check out some of the other ladies who are participating for the 4th Tuesday of the month, then you can do that, or you can just subscribe to everybody and then you can get notifications from all of us and watch all of our amazing videos. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate all of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, I would absolutely love to have you subscribe. It really makes my day when I see new subscribers, and I'm getting very, very close to 700 subscribers. As many of you know, you can't monetize your YouTube channel until you hit 1,000 subscribers, and then I think there's some other fine work that you have to do after hitting 1,000, but I'm not there yet. And while my goal isn't to make a whole lot of money off scrapbooking, it would be nice to be able to turn some of that viewing time into new supplies, that I don't need. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you. Bye.